Welcome to my channel, shavers and shavettes. I hope you are all well. Today, going to have a little discussion because I get hundreds of comments and emails and messages every single day, and they all ask the same thing. They say, Andy, how come so many YouTube videos start by saying I get hundreds of comments and emails of messages every single day when they clearly have never received a single comment or email or message about that topic? And the truth is, I'm not here to discuss that. What we are going to talk about is just a little background for why I started wet shaving and why I continue to wet shave. I don't think anybody has ever left a comment on one of my videos or sent me a message on any of the forums way back in the day when YouTube had messaging that sometimes worked and sometimes didn't. I don't think anybody sent me a message like that either, but who knows? That was such an unreliable service. In real life, though, if you're hanging out with friends, at work, just wherever people gather, the topic of shaving does come up on occasion, at least for men. I'm going to assume that the topic comes up for women as well. It's a universal thing. But very frequently, when I tell people about my wet shaving, they do ask, why would you do that? It seems like it takes so much more effort. It seems like it takes so much more time. How would you even start by doing something like that? So for me, when I started thinking about traditional wet shaving products, I actually started with the soap. I still cannot stand generic men's toiletry products, that really low budget cologne type scent that is overwhelming and just absolutely horrid. Pick up 95% of men's products at the store, you're going to have the exact same scent experience, a full assault on the nostrils. I wanted out of that. When I started looking into maybe there's something that my local store just doesn't carry. I do live in a pretty small rural area. My selections are very limited, even for the, quotey fingers grocery store selections. Well, I discovered that there are shave creams and shave soaps that smell like real things. I do not want to pick up a product that says super awesome sports star scent. I have no clue what that's supposed to mean. I have no clue what that's supposed to smell like. I can pretty much guarantee I don't want to smell like that, but give me something real. My very first order of wet shave gear was 2 creams and a brush. 2 tubs of cream, both made by Taylor of Old Bond Street. I picked up lemon lime and avocado. Those are real things. Now, in the end, avocado doesn't smell like an avocado, but I was still very pleased with it. I hadn't thought about looking onto the internet or forums for other people using these products, and there had to have been at least some discussion groups out there somewhere. Certainly not the level of forums that we're spoiled with today. But I made that purchase, and I really enjoyed it. It was so nice to go through a shave without having that ridiculous scent just feel like I was covered in it all day long. After I started using the creams for a while, I said, you know what, this is pretty cool. Started looking a little into it and discovered that you can buy double-edged razor blades. The first thing that I went out and did is what a lot of people will tell you not to do. I went to eBay, I found a Gillette Slim adjustable, and I bought it for my first double-edged razor. Cleaned it up, enjoyed the process. That's something I like to do, though, and it really doesn't matter what it is. I like to buy old stuff that I feel like has the potential for me to make new, or at least maybe I have the potential to make it look like new. And I saw razors as something that I could do that with. So I spent $10 on my first Gillette Slim. I felt like it was too much. That gives you a little bit of an idea how long ago that was. And yep, I threw out all the cans. I threw out all the cartridges at that moment. And of course, we say it's to save money, right? We all start to save money. Yeah, it doesn't work that way, does it? I started though because of the scent. I wanted to be able to buy something that smelled like something real. Uh, and that's where I went, and I enjoyed it. I started looking into the local junk shops for razors, and instead of spending $10 on eBay, I was spending 50 cents to a dollar at the local junk shops. So I started getting quite a collection. Then I discovered that not only could you buy the blades new, but there was a pretty sizable market, even at the time, for brand new razors. And then it became a hobby. The neat thing about this hobby, though, is it becomes a part of your daily routine. It's not like a lot of other hobbies where you really have to set aside time. I'm going to go do whatever your favorite hobby is. You got to wait for the weekend. You got to take vacation time off of work, whatever the case is. Here's a hobby that you can realistically enjoy every single day. When I got into that, I think the enjoyment of the hobby really helped to keep me using the wet shave products. But the results, the end results, I have a couple of times through the years got a crazy itch and thought to myself, were cartridges really as bad as I thought they were? Did I really dislike them so much that I went and started buying all this new product, all these new razors, because I didn't like cartridges that much? No, they're not terrible. If you use a cartridge razor with shave soap or shave cream, you're going to get a nice shave. There is a learning curve when it comes to wet shaving, when it comes to double-edge blades, single-edge blades. You got to get used to it, just like anything else. If you're not the type of person that wants to get used to that, or maybe you're just in a position where your face, your looks will not allow you to get used to it. You are going to have some nicks and cuts for a while as you get used to the new process. There's nothing wrong with that. You can certainly start wet shaving with just some cream or a soap and a brush. That alone, I think, is really going to improve your results. I will say, though, when I was using cartridges with the Taylor of Old Bond Street cream, and this is pretty much the same when I've tried it again since then, the lubrication strip on the cartridges, for me at least, just gets incredibly thick and slimy, and I don't like that kind of a sensation on my face. Yes, of course, it does rinse off very easily. But there's something that happens with the lubrication strip that I don't think it's meant to happen that way. But give it a shot. If you're thinking about it, you might like wet shaving, you might not. I can't speak for you. Nobody else can speak for you. Your experience is going to have to be what dictates if you enjoy it or not. You can certainly get into the hobby cheap if you want to start with soap or cream. There are some really great performing, inexpensive options. Same with the brush. You don't have to spend a ton of money on a brush to at least get an idea of how wet shaving works. It'll be a good introduction. Even with the lower end, $15 to $20 brush, I wouldn't go much lower than that. Things start getting a little weird, but there will occasionally be a really great deal out there. If you want to go the other way, single-edge, double-edge razors, yeah, you can absolutely use them with your can of foamy if that's what you like to use. It's not going to ruin the experience. If you decide you really enjoy using double-edge or single-edge razors and want to make that next step into buying soap and brush, you can make that decision later. You don't have to start all at once. It's the enjoyment for me, first and foremost. The results being far superior, that doesn't hurt as well. As far as if, for whatever reason, if I lost all of my razors, all of my blades tomorrow, and could only use what I find locally at the grocery store, yeah, I could go back to cartridges if that's what I had to do. I would really struggle, though, to go back to foam or gel or any of the lotion stuff in a tube now. I love my creams. I love my soaps. I would never go back on that. Do be aware, if anybody tells you that they are saving money by wet shaving, they're probably not telling the full truth. I'm sure there's people out there that stick to that, deciding that they're going to save money, and they do. Congratulations to them. I enjoy the process. I enjoy finding old razors, cleaning them up to look like new. I enjoy supporting the businesses that make new products, that make new razors especially. But yeah, that's just kind of the enjoyment of it. How I got started wet shaving and why I continue to wet shave. If you are an existing wet shaver, go ahead and leave in the comments what got you started and what kept you in the hobby. As always, feel free to ask questions as well. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, checking out the video. I truly do appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.